So we're going to talk about today the top 3 things that you need to be doing in order to grow your agency without having to work more. So let's talk about where the vast majority of agencies really are. Is your client right now being able to just kind of sweep in and just pull the rug out from under you? They're kind of setting your schedule, assigning things to your team, and going really just completely out of scope. If the answer is yes to any of those, you kind of might as well just hand over the key to them, right? Because they're really the ones in charge. And while this might sound a bit extreme, I want you to actually look at your current situation. Is your business able to run independently of you? And are you running around like a chicken with no head? If you are running around like a chicken with no head, you ultimately need to start setting boundaries with every single client so that you can stop sinking into this trap. And if you do not have an airtight way of being able to position yourself and actually sell to your clients, you're going to be consistently in this place. So if you don't know me, I'm Robert Patton, and I am the founder of Creative Agency Success. And I work with creative agency owners to help them take control back of their businesses so they can gain freedom back in their lives again and start enjoying life really as an agency owner, setting boundaries with their clients so that they're no longer in this nerve-wracking place. I'm going to show you how to structure your offer and guarantee ultimately happy clients and have ultimately a happy team so that you can have a phenomenal financial output. I cover new topics every month, so if you want to maximize your agency success, do me a favor and subscribe now so that you can make sure that you don't miss a beat. So let's talk about the ultimate goal for every agency owner is to align your processes, your system, so that your business can run without you present and you have the ideal of passivity to your income, right? You're able to spend some time on the beach with your family on vacation, drinking a Mai Tai, and your business continues to run and operate and grow without you. In order to do that, you have to have systems in place that enables your team to properly execute for every client. And it's simple enough ultimately so that your team can easily understand. And if the client really believes in you, they are able to actually put that faith in you and actually follow what you're doing. So let's get to number 1. The first one is you need to have a consultative relationship. And this is fundamentally how I believe everything should be. But let's talk about it in this sense. And this is the best way I've ever heard it put is in Win Without Pitching by Blair Enns. He talks about this concept, this metaphor, right, of a doctor. You don't go to a doctor and say, hey, I looked it up on WebMD and here's the issue that I have, just write me a script. You actually talk to the doctor ultimately and say, hey, here's all the symptoms I have. This is what I'd like to feel. And the doctor says, all right, here's the actual script. But you're doing the exact opposite, right? In this situation, you're the doctor and your clients are coming in saying, hey, here's what I want. Here's exactly what I need. And you're just writing the script for them, right? You're just handing everything to them. You're not being consultative. You need to stop taking orders. You need to become a partner with them and actually show them what is going to actually allow for them to have success. Get them to where they need to be and want to be. And that you are the go-between for that. And you need to really make sure that you are helping them get there, not just taking orders from them, because that doesn't get them to where they need to be. And ultimately, does that feel nice for you? It's really a lose-lose. And sometimes they might be right. But more often than not, the direction that they're headed is actually not. And so you need to actually help them, even if, it's a website, they need to redo a website. But the direction that they're going to take, the pages that they want, the flow that they're looking for, if you hand over that control to them, they're going to do it wrong. You need to advise them. You're the one with the expertise. They should be coming to you for advice. They should be asking you how to do it. And you need to make sure that you have positioned yourself in a place that allows for them to feel comfortable. Realistically speaking, every single one of your clients wants to have that comfort with you. They want that assurance of the outcome. They want to know that they're going to be able to have that end result. But right now, if they're taking control, They don't believe that they will, and they don't trust that they will. And you need to augment the way that you actually interact with them. The second thing is you need to productize. And this has such far-reaching implications to your business. This changes the way that you're able to actually set up systems. You need to really create buckets, essentially, of what it is that you do, from brand identity to web design to your brand books to asset developments to email and copywriting to your video production to all of those things. You need to create buckets of ultimately what you're doing. I hope ultimately that you're not doing every single one of the things that I just mentioned, because you're going then full service and topic for another video. But you need to put buckets of what it is that you're doing and actually create packages, essentially. And there's two kind of models that you can think about here, that you would be able to either have it be kind of bespoke, essentially, in a way. I don't really like the word bespoke, but you can kind of think about it that way, is that you would have it kind of, you can have this like this, right? Let's just do this. So you'd have kind of the good, better, best model is kind of how I think about it. And so you can either be in a place where you have each piece of the different packages already predefined, or you can have the different buckets of what you do and say, hey, for this particular client, these 3 services are going to be in package A, and then you have these 3 services in package B, and I think you get the point, right? That you would be able to actually create a bespoke proposal for them, but having a process for each one of those items in between. The problem that actually happens for the vast majority of you is that you're just doing what the client is asking for. And sometimes you've never done that thing before, or you've had this much experience with it, and you're not in your wheelhouse. That's not good for you or for them. You're both losing, because you're not going to get to where it needs to be for them, and you're not going to make money at it because you're learning and you have to create something new. Every single time you're doing something different, you're losing money. You are. I'm going to repeat that. Every single time you're doing something new, you're losing money. When you're doing things on an ongoing basis and you're able to actually execute on things really effectively, is where you have the highest margins. And this is where the vast majority of agencies are sub 8% in profitability, net profitability. And it's horrible, because I see constantly that the only person that doesn't benefit from their agency is the owner. Number 3 is you need to start charging your worth. Look at what you've been able to accomplish for clients, what successes they've had. And I want you to start charging for that, not for a logo, not for a brand book, not for a website. Charge for the outcome of what you're able to get for that client. Charge for where they are going. That is what you actually should be charging for, because that is the actual investment that they're making. That is what they are buying. There's so many instances where people and clients will think, hey, they're buying a brand, they're buying a logo, but that is just a tool. It's a vehicle for them to get where they need to be. And that's not what they're buying. I want you to really understand that and let that sit in. They are buying the outcome. They are not buying the service. They are buying the result for themselves. I love helping creative agency owners reach their true fullest potential and kick really their anxiety to the curb. So stop doubting your agency decisions and subscribe to this channel so that you can have some more mentorship and be able to break that glass ceiling of your agency.